Wes, what do you think of Bilal's first game?
It was pretty good. I thought there was a good balance of aggression, yet poise. I think he can be impactful defensively. He showed it at times. Just his length, he has pretty good anticipation. He'll get a better feel once we dial deeper into personnel and kind of get into the season. I think that's where he's going to hang his hat.
And then what were your just general first impressions of the new roster, trying to make some tweaks to adapt the personnel?
I like the way we played. We talked before the game of making sure we're competitive, to continue to play for each other. 34 assists, I think that's a pretty good indication. Controlling the shot profile has been something we've harped on, and I think 90% of the shots were threes or in the paint, and that leads to free throws, which was a pretty good number. So those areas were great, and I think we played with enough tempo. Fast break points aren't indicative of it, but it's pretty good, pretty good number.
Wes, not to take anything from Bilal at all, but if Denny had been healthy, would you have had more starters to choose from, I guess, or had to
potentially
decide who's okay? Yeah. Would it be accurate to say he's also competing for that
for sure
forward spot?
Yeah.
How did you think about the minimizing mistakes? It was harder for me to tell.
It's
so
it's tough. There's some combinations that played tonight that haven't played together yet through camp. So, some of the offensive mistakes are, probably just things that guys aren't comfortable being out there at the same time. But in general, I thought coverage-wise, it was good. Wasn't great, but I think it was a little better. So that's a positive.
Gallo has kind of indicated to us that he's only going to play the five, a true five, because the minutes are there. It's not necessarily would be his choice. But how do you guys feel like you're going to handle that spot moving forward? Just with
we'll see how it shakes out. I think it's still a good problem to have. Anytime you have a stretch five,
what's a good problem to have?
To have enough bodies and enough talent,
gotcha.
Where you can play a dynamic roller, you can quote unquote downsize to a stretch big. But yeah, we'll see how we get through the rest of camp, rest of the preseason, and I think it'll shake itself out.
Hey, Coach. Not to be the dead horse, but pace and three-pointers, again, like you could tell the whole game that you guys were pushing the ball up the floor and you were taking open threes when you had them. You shot 15 of 34 from three, which is really good. How good of a sign is it that you started this preseason off like that?
It's a good sign. I think there's a lot of areas of growth. We want to continue at least that trend of playing with tempo. Kicking that ball ahead, putting as much pressure on the defense early in the possession as possible. And I think that just opens up the floor. It's great for, JP, Tyus. They want to play early pick and rolls. Just flattens the defense, and now all of a sudden that screen's on you. It forces the chase over, gaps on the rim, and as we've seen, he's pretty good once he elevates.
And Tyus Jones seems like he never makes the wrong decision with the ball in his hands. What did you see from him tonight and how well he meshed with his new teammates?
Typical Ty,
yep.
Which, it's you love and trust. A guy who has a feel, to your point, doesn't turn the ball over, keeps us organized. There's a level of composure with him that, is comforting, I think, for all the guys on the floor. He does a great job of, kind of reading me, and then, he's smart enough to know what we need, so I leave him alone.
Coach, Johnny Davis just looked comfortable, confident on both ends of the floor. Just what were your takeaways?
Yeah, I would agree. To his credit, he's put in a ton of work this summer. Worked on his body, worked on his handle, just, concentrating on playing downhill, hitting the paint, the footwork, the finishing. So for it to pay off a little bit, I think is gratifying for him. But I think he's still got a lot of room to grow and continue to get better.
Been noticing that Kyle, the leadership role he's taking is more of a, they say like locked in, but he's just different. Something's different about Kyle in a positive way. Had a great game, looking to get into his spots. What did you see from Kyle tonight?
I agree. I think he's comfortable where he is, with what we do. I think he's, leaning into, getting the shots we want. He's going to find it. He's a rhythm player. He's going to have the ball in his hands. So, making the right decisions. Tonight, I don't think he forced it. Let the offense work for him. So, in general, I think it's a really good sign.
Last one for you. Jordan just looks comfortable, looks at ease. What has his positive spirit brought to the team so far?
Well, like I said, it's, it's not just the positivity. I think there's a youthful maturity, with him. And, I think that starts to kind of creep into the locker room and to elevate, the group as a whole. Mm-hmm.
Wes, I know you have to look and study the film, pore over it, but was there a play that Bilal made that you said, well, that's a play that he can really make? In other words, that he's capable of making that few others.
Yeah, he had one drive, I believe, third quarter in front of our bench, and he kicked it out to the corner. He kind of got bottled up, long stepped it, made the right play late. I thought that was terrific. I didn't think he was going to be able to get it there, but he saw it, was able to absorb the contact, stay on balance, and find that corner. I think that was a big time play.
Is 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗢𝗪 healthy? Any reason?
No, I just got 21 guys to play.
Okay.
Just didn't think it was a little tough to play six bigs, but yeah.
Easier not to play someone who is a veteran and knows what he's doing. In other words.
Yeah, no, he's going to go through his workout. He'll be ready, and I talked to him, before the game, and so he knew my intent.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you surprised with how solid Bilal? He looks much, not skinny, but he looks like a little bit more alive than I expect him to. But he takes contact pretty well.
He does, surprisingly. I think people call that wiry strong. That's what we'll go with. But yeah, I think he'll continue to get, to fill into his body. He's got a weight regimen. I think that's probably more accelerated than he's seen in his past. And at 19, you can make a dramatic increase in that area quickly. So we're going to need him to continue that trend. But he'll fill into his frame, and I think just that'll augment some of what we've seen thus far.
Coach, quick for you, I know Eugene an enforcer down there, but he can look like he can shoot it.
He's become
high energy. What did you think about it?
Well, the high energy is a given. He's a energizer bunny. Just go, go, go. He's got a defensive mindset. He's physical. He knows he can impact the game that way. But I think finding the right shots, he's showing more comfortability with the spot up three, which I think is terrific. And I think that's just an area of growth for him. One more step for him. I think if he can put those two together, he could be a 3-and-D guy, and he's multi-positional defensively, switching one through four most nights. That can cause problems for a lot of offenses.
I'm sure too early to tell, but out of Denny, PBJ, Taj, do you think they'll be available Thursday?
Yeah, I would say too early, but I'm hopeful.
And just, I'm sure you'll dig into the film more, but I guess what was stood out as, potential negative coming out of this game?
Well, I think negative, kind of positive, honestly. You get up big on a team, and we had a few possessions where you kind of play out of character. You get away from doing what you've done. They got you such a lead. Being able to sustain success, I think, is important. But the positive side of that was we were able to dial it back in and get that back.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Just came out aggressive from the start. What did you see out there tonight?
Just defensively, we were in our spots, so it was easy for us to get, deflections and steals, and that was, that allowed us to get out and run and get easy buckets in transition.
I guess as you come into year two, it looks like the game has slowed down for you. When did you kind of get that feel like, okay, I'm just playing at my pace now?
I'd probably say after All-Star break last year, going home back to Wisconsin was kind of just like a reset button. So I'm just trying to carry that over into this year.
Coach noticed that you became a little leaner, put on some more weight. How has that helped your game out as well?
Well, it definitely helps with, taking and receiving, receiving and, dishing out contact.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I feel fine. Honestly, my body feels the same as if I was 10 pounds lighter.
And last one for you, how was it playing against the team tonight? NBL is a strong league. What were your takeaways for playing them?
Yeah, they definitely like to get out and run. That's kind of a tendency with those other teams from other leagues. But no, I thought they came out and competed and gave us a good game.
Hey Johnny, how you doing?
Good.
First of all, you ever beat a team by 63 before?
I'd probably beat a team by more, but yeah, no, it was definitely a large deficit. Yeah.
It was a really, really confident performance from you. It looked like you looked like you felt comfortable. What would you make of that? How comfortable did you feel out there, first preseason game in your second year?
Yeah, yeah, like you just said, I felt really comfortable. I just know that defensively is my strong suit. So when I'm defending, when I'm guarding, and I'm forcing turnovers, it gets me going.
You had one play, I think it was in the third quarter, where you grabbed a rebound, sprinted it up the floor for a transition layup. How important do you think transition offense can be for you and the team this year?
I think it's going to be huge. We're a well-conditioned team, and getting on transition and getting layups, that's probably the highest percentage shot you're going to get in a game.
And last one from me. There's not a lot of negative to take from it because it was a huge win. But for you personally, is there anything maybe you didn't do as well that you wanted to improve on for the next game?
Definitely box out. I gave up a few offensive rebounds, and also probably just be in my shrinks or my gaps more to negate guys driving down the lane.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, Johnny. Coach has, emphasized, we got a lot of ball handlers on the floor. If you get a rebound, feel free to go out and run. Just what kind of confidence does that empower you as a player?
Yeah, that's kind of, what I'm used to doing when I've been playing basketball since I was younger. So when I get the rebound, when anybody gets the rebound, you just get it and go. Pace of play is something that we're going to really hone in on this year. And, like I said before, just getting the ball up fast and early gets us easier buckets.
And not related to the game, but just how have you or, the team in general just tried to support Denny during, a tough time for him?
Yeah, we don't really say too much about it just because, it's a very touchy subject with him. But he knows that we're all supporting him and we're all there for him.
One more for you, Johnny. The addition of Jordan Poole, Coach was saying that his infectious positivity is a mature, but there's still a joyness there. What has he brought to the team so far in his short time here?
Yeah, he definitely brings a cool vibe. He's got a great personality, but at the same time, I think he's trying to take on a leadership role, which is really good from someone like him.
Appreciate you, John.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, Bilal. What'd you think of your first game here at Capital One Arena?
I think it was a pretty good game. Coach was agreed, so I did what he wanted me to do. So I'm pretty happy with it.
How good did it feel to get that steal and the fast break?
Oh, it gave you confidence, getting that steal, what I'm capable to do, and getting that open floor to do whatever I want. So yeah, it was cool.
𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡 just tagged you on Twitter,
Oh.
and he said, "Yeah, Bilal can defend." So how does it feel to already have the confidence of your teammates after one game?
Oh, I really appreciate that. Yeah, it made me feel confident, So I'm gonna do it again and again and again,
And what do you want to build upon from your first performance? What do you want to get better at?
I still gotta be better defensively. I think off ball, on some screen away, and everything. But yeah, it's coming. I'm working on that. No problem.
Did you have any? We're still learning you. Did you have any nervousness before this game?
Nah, not really. I've been doing this since 10 years now, playing basketball every single day. So I'm not really nervous. I was just excited, just wanted to play.
Was there a play tonight aside from the fast break and the steal and the fast break that you said to yourself, "Yeah, I really do belong here alongside these guys"?
Yeah, I had that one play defensively when I blocked the shot. I didn't even jump. So yeah, that one made me feel like, yeah, I got the body for the NBA. Good length and everything. So yeah, this one.
Jordan said that he's encouraging you to ask more questions in game and everything like that. How do you feel like you're learning? Are you more of a visual learner? Are you kind of in people's ears all the time, or what's that process like for you so far?
I'll say more a visual learner. Whenever I need something to be cleared, I'm asking the coach to show me. That's how I prefer to learn, and that's what I do. Even with Jordan. He'd be telling me things, but he's doing some movement with his hands and everything because he knows that I'm better like that. Yeah.
Why is he telling you to ask more questions? Are you quiet, or what is he trying to communicate there?
No, he's just trying to make me feel good. He was saying that when he was a rookie, he was not always asking questions, and sometimes it was lost. So he just doesn't want me to be like that. So he's just saying whatever question you got, there is no stupid question and everything. So ask them.
Hey, Bilal. First of all, how you doing?
Good in you.
I'm doing excellent. The team just has your smile, and just the team has such a warm, fuzzy, positive, joyous spirit. How has that helped you transition so far coming into your first game?
Oh yeah, so the transition got really easy because of the teammates. They're like talking to everybody. No difference between each other. So yeah, it's been really easy.
And although you've been a professional for a while, how does it? Jordan raves about you, Kyle, Tyus, Danilo. Everyone just says the way you conduct yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you're a 10-year veteran. I guess, how does that make you feel knowing your guys have your back?
Feels great. Like I say, it made me feel confident. They be talking to me every time and saying that I know you're gonna be good because you're listening and everything. So yeah, it just made me feel confident, feel good on the court. I can do whatever I want.
And I guess, what was your biggest positive from you that you liked from yourself tonight?
I'll say defensively on ball, I was pretty good. Could have been better, but I'll say that I did a pretty good job on that.
Appreciate it, bro.
No problem.
Well, I guess when during the course of today was that shoot around? Was it an hour before the game? Did you find out that you were going to start?
It was at shoot around this morning when I came. Walked past the coach, say hi, and he said, "Yeah, come here. I gotta tell you something." And he told me that I was starting tonight.